Okay, the contract is a 3-year contract. There's 3 major points to the contract that have changed. First, the pre-retirement contract raises the 6% for 3 years is no longer part of the contract, so that's saving taxpayers money, and with the pension problems, that's going to help that problem. The second issue is the change of the insurance to an outside carrier, Blue Cross Blue Shield, which we took action earlier this week, and that provides savings to the district. The third is raises for the teachers, which amounts to slightly over 2% annually for 3 years, so a little over 2% each year. Total cost of the district, taking all factors into account, retirements, insurance saving, raises, it works out total compensation to be slightly, or right around 0.7% increase per year for the district. And with the revenue difficulties we're having, we still believe we can make that work.
How?
Well, this year we're looking at a 0.8% increase in our revenue, so 0.7% still fits within that budget, and we expect the revenue to get a little better. I mean, I'm not saying dramatically, but we expect a little bit of an increase in the revenue numbers as time goes along.
And the change in the insurance was a big issue in that. That's why we kind of had that crunch time as far as getting that done, because of our plan ending, but the self-insurance fund was always fluctuating. The district had to add money. We were always a cash flow. So the reduction of premiums with Blue Cross Blue Shield does allow for a cost reduction. So the combination, and again, working with Joel, who does a phenomenal job, he was able, we made sure with looking at our future property tax revenue and construction going on in Quincy, that will be slightly higher. And just the whole combination, it kind of had to be the whole package for us to do the 1% increases. So it all had to work together to make that work. So, but we were confident that we were able to hopefully, and again, and I don't know if it was mentioned, that the health insurance will be frozen for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Yes.
Even though it's a 1 year.
Even though it's a 1-year contract with Blue Cross Blue Shield,
right.
It will for the teachers, and that was one of their big incentives. Was with, again, we took away the 666, but they were, wanting their benefits to kind of stay as stable as we could. So in summary, for the teachers, we're looking at that they hopefully for 3 years will take a little bit home on their paycheck and not go backwards as they have before in the past. And, again, with retirements and the combination of everything happening in the district and getting rid of the 666 definitely contributed to all of that.
What happened after this first year with Blue Cross? The health insurance rates skyrocket. Is the school district just prepared to eat that increase then and absorb that?
We've taken that into account in the budgeting of the numbers. The numbers I gave you with the district increase of 0.07% per year takes into account an 8% increase in premiums per year. Blue Cross came in and expressed to us they thought they would be between 6 and 8%. So to be on the safe side, we took the high side and said we'll forecast it at 8%.
Now, I don't know about years ago, but this seems very unprecedented how quickly and how non-ugly this got over the past several years. How pleased are you guys with the outcome?
I'm very pleased. Valerie Bordenkircher and myself worked very well together in the last contract, and at the end we basically worked together to get the last one worked out at 3 in the morning. This time around we decided to make it a little earlier in the evening, but Valerie's great to work with and we have a good relationship, and I think it worked very well to work with the same people.
And again, on the board side, I wanted to make sure, as I had indicated in the meeting, that it shouldn't be a ugly process. I mean, whether you're a union supporter or not, there are teachers, and we have to do what we can for them because they are in the classroom every day, but within our financial means. So I have told the board, as I said earlier, that this needs to be a process that does not make negative feelings towards each other. I stayed in touch with Valerie throughout the process, just her and I making sure that I knew from a board side on her opinion and the union side how the process was going. So yeah, that was my goal. My goal was to have it done before school started. Obviously, that couldn't happen. But to go 4 weeks into school starting, and we're here, and it's a 3-year contract, and I think we got what we needed for our budget purposes for the future with the retirement incentive going away and the change in insurance. I mean, we did a lot in this little amount of time, and I think Valerie and them truly appreciated everything we did as we did for them. So I'm happy to say I hope moving forward it'll continue this way.
And I agree with her. I mean, I think it is a win-win situation for both sides, with us allowing us to keep within our budget and allowing them to receive pretty much the same benefits they have and receive a slight raise also for the next 3 years.
Raises retroactive, I assume, to the beginning of the year?
Correct.
The retirement incentive, don't you think it is important to point out that the Quincy School District does not pay the teacher's portion of TRS.
That's
So
correct.
what your action did here basically was sort of confirm the message that the TRS is really it's a state problem, but the Quincy School District has tried to be. Do you think you've tried to be responsible in assisting with this process?
Well, we're trying to be proactive in not aiding the problem to make it worse. We're trying to be fair to the citizens that don't receive these type of benefits when they're getting ready to retire. We think it's only fair that the teachers have the same type of retirement benefits that the average citizen that's paying their salary.
And, you know, those of us who remember, it used to be 20%, and phenomenal that the last 3 years was a 20% bump not too long ago, and we moved it down to 6. But I think as we did, we took action a year ago with the administrators, with the faith that knowing that, yes, there is a problem, one on the state level, and we did not want to continue contributing to that, but on another level, just right here in our pocketbook, we couldn't afford to keep doing that, and that was a compounding raise. So, I mean, when you technically, I think Scott said, after 6% compounding those last 3 years, they're retiring with about a 25% increase over. So that was huge, because that is that's affecting all the teachers, all the paras who, are looking to that. So that was a big proactive thing for us.